Welcome, Scorpio, to your winter-summer solstice, where in the northern hemisphere, during this time, we tilt away from the sun. In the southern hemisphere, we tilt toward the sun. So for this reading, we're going to be looking into what Spirit wants you to know that you're leaning away from and what you're leaning towards. And this will be for the whole period of this entire solstice from December 22nd to around March 21st, 22nd, when we go into the spring and fall equinox. So all the cards I use in the reading, I do list in the description box below. So if any of them catch your eye and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick them up. We are going to start off with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. The first two decks we're going to be looking at what are you leaning toward during the solstice period. So we'll give it a shuffle here. All right. So for Scorpio, what would you like them to know that they're leaning toward, please? All right. This is the one right here. And you have blessings. Yay! So you are leaning towards blessings coming into your life. I love the little bird. We'll put that right here. And let's see what comes in here for you. Besides blessings, we know that's coming. This is called Holy Spring. In many ancient cultures, it was believed that there were some springs that were holy, like water spring. Gods and goddesses were thought to reside in or near these special places, and they were revered. Greek mythology is replete with stories of these special places. Many of the Christian hallowed water sources, such as the Chalice Well, were used for sacred purposes long before Christianity rose to prominence. These kinds of springs were thought to be healing waters where blessings were bestowed by mystical beings. So this sacred landscape wants you to know that immense blessings are emerging into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. Angelic intervention is available to you. Be open to the voice of the divine. Messages are all around you. You are protected. You are safe. Have faith that your path is guided. Watch for signs that spiritual beings are present. Profound healing energy is flowing to you in wondrous ways. Refreshing, replenishing energy is filling your life. Yes, definitely love that for you, right? So, you are leaning towards blessings in this understanding that you are surrounded by such a lovely host of beings of unconditional love and light. Your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who are on the other side, your ancestors, just a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light. You're protected, you're guided, you are loved non-stop. So I love that. We're also going to pull from the Sacred Forest Oracle, see what else they want you to know about what you're leaning toward during this solstice. All right, so what else for Scorpio? Okay, they do want that one. Oh, nope, they're like, reverse. And you've got the Bear Spirit Healing. So more healing energy coming in here. This did specifically mention healing as well. And this is card number 4. So definitely you're moving toward healing in whatever area of your life that is needing just some transformation. And this says you can sense the presence of the bear even before you see him. So sensing the presence of spirit too. You turn slowly and look deep into his eyes as a long lineage of healers, invisible yet real, step out from beyond the trees and surround you both. When you reach out and touch his thick fur, you feel healing energy instantly surge through you. Wow. So this card will appear to let you know that healing on all levels is occurring, and it can come in many forms. Be ready to accept it. Know as well that you are a healing force for others. You may not even be aware that you are a conduit for healing energy, but when others thank you, simply say, "You're welcome," even if you don't know how it happened. In many traditions, native traditions, bear spirit is thought to be aligned with humans, as he can walk upright like a human. He represents the healer and good medicine. He also bestows healing powers to those who are worthy. You indeed are worthy. And bear spirit energy can also represent grounding, strength, and confidence. It activates a stable foundation to face whatever challenges appear in your life. And the spirit of bear says, "You're a healer and a channel for the life force of the universe. You are strong and grounded. Healing is unfolding and/or a situation is being resolved. Have faith that all is well." Wow. I love that for you. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we're going to look here next at these, the archetype types cards from Carolyn Miss. And these have both light and shadow attributes. The light is what you're leaning toward. The shadow is what you're leaning away from. So we'll see what else they have for you here. So what else for Scorpio, please? I love the healing that's coming in here, though. Oh my goodness. All right, they do want that one right there. And you've got, the light out, you got the little stop sign, which there's 8 of these in this huge deck. And what this represents, I leave them in there because there's an understanding that this represents your spirit guides, that they are bringing in, this is your higher self and your shadow self, that it's a message of that you don't have to destroy your ego, your shadow, the human, when you become aware of your spiritual self, because they're both of the same being. It's like my shadow self is like my pinky, the fingernail on my pinky. It's having its experience here, but it's attached to this huge spirit being, and they don't have to be in conflict, because a lot of times in spirituality we're said, "Oh, you must destroy this," but we come down here as this ego, as this human. This is almost reminds me of the strength card in the tarot, because we have our higher self and we have the human that we come down here to experience, which is our shadow, and we come down here to experience the opposites of who we are, all those things that are rooted in the fears of losing a conditional love. So we understand ourselves more. To understand unconditional love, we experience conditional. To understand peace, we experience chaos, happiness and joy, sadness, depression. We come here to experience opposites. But when, in the beginning, we experience all this so rawly because we don't realize we have a higher self. So the bear is on its journey all by itself. But when it gets so desperate because it's so hungry and it's not getting fulfillment in the outside world, our higher self becomes known to our human self, and we realize that what our human has been hungering for is the unconditional love back home, and our higher self is made of that unconditional love. So rather than fighting, it actually completes our ego, our human. It allows it to feel that love it's been searching for all along, that security, that safety. And like this is saying, you are surrounded and you're safe and you're secure. It's spirit that's coming in. And this card is representing the joining together of the higher self with our human self. And so this is so perfect for this. All right. And then we're also going to look at the power of surrender here. So I feel like what you're leaning away from is the desire and the need that you have to destroy your ego, and that we spend so much energy trying to, get rid of something that really it's so fitting and on purpose for a purpose that we can join it together. Instead, we integrate it instead of resisting it, and it becomes something beautiful. All right. So like I said, the power of surrender cards, we're also going to see what else you are leaning away from. So what else for our Scorpios. Okay, then you want this one here. And you got and then it says surrender your ego. So you're stepping away from this that you have to destroy your ego. It says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So this is exactly what I was talking about, how we get this idea that the ego has to be destroyed. And this is, I almost feel like this is surrender your ego to your higher self. Allow that, give that to them as a gift, because then we join together and we walk hand in hand instead. So I like it. Now, with all this information that we have here, we're going to look through the enchanted map and say, now that you know what you're leaning away from this need to destroy your ego, to feeling in this connection to the spirit world, this healing happens, right? What does Spirit want you to know that you do with all of this during the solstice? Or at the end? Excuse me. Right, so what else for Scorpio, please? Okay, that one right there. You got the deep freeze. Card number 26. Looks like that. Got the little world going on there. So let's put this over here for now. And let's see what message comes with all of this. So everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. So again, resting and healing, I like this coming in here. So the cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not ready yet to bloom. So this being the winter solstice up in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere, you can still take this deep freeze into consideration because we all are one. And so there are things that are not ready to bloom. It's time for you to sit with this and let it ruminate, right? It's time for regeneration and hibernation. And you have a bear. I mean, how can you not make this up, right? Forego ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. This is also a time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now. It's obvious. It's through this entire reading. Read a good book, get a massage, rest, and dream. Nothing you can do right now will amount to anything substantial in the outside world, no matter how much you try, push, manipulate, or cajole. Life wants you to take a break. You need to do this now, lest you become exhausted and be forced to rest. What you need will be there for when you emerge in the springtime. For now, winter has its own ideas for you. Wait for signs of spring. Okay. So obviously this is all about put everything on hold and work on you, rest and relax and focus on the mother nature, mother nurturing, right? Hibernate. Surrender your ego to your higher self. Just allow yourselves to sit one another. I mean, this would be the ego and your higher self. Allow this to bring in healing for you, because our shadow really does help us. It's like the devil card in the tarot. It's like, oh, not the devil, but that's our shadow. It brings things for us to learn and to grow and to set us free. And that's what's happening. Then we have the Tarot of Dreams, and we'll see what else Creator and Spirit want you guys to know here. All right. So what else for Scorpio, please? Okay. All right. So these are the ones. We'll start with this one right here. And you have the 7 of Coins. Yep, patience. Takes time. What's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. Takes time for the little seedling to turn into the trunk, to grow into the branches. I'm going to think the branches. And then it takes time for the branches to get leaves and then blossoms, and then we get the fruit. So again, this waiting period. Wait for things to unfold. It takes time for things to grow, and it's okay. Allow it to. And then you have the Hermit card. Turn inward, hibernate, focus on you, allow this beautiful bright light, which is the spirit world, your higher self, to guide you on your inner path as you do this reflection during this hermiting time. So I think we kind of have a consistent message going on here. Yes, because you have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups are emotions. The Ace of Cups is the chalice, the Holy Grail. It allows you to fill up with the beautiful beauty of that unconditional love from above. It allows you to fill up and over. So you definitely, during this gestation period, you're finding the unconditional love you've been looking for all along. And where do you find it? You find it from up above. I mean, it's right on the card of our human self, so hungry and thirsty to feel fulfillment, to feel whole, to feel complete. And where is it getting it from? Not from the outside world. That's unstable, conditional love out there. We eventually get disappointed enough in the outside world, we turn inward and upward, and that's where you're finding that. So absolutely love, love, love this. And then you have the Four of Coins. So the Four of Coins is exactly what I was just talking about. In fact, I'll put it right here, because the Four of Coins is the journey of the little strength card I was talking about with like the bear, where our human is told for fulfillment to make itself feel full, which I just said you don't get fulfilled, but we're told to look out in the outside world, relationships, situations, and things. All unstable, all make our worth feel unstable when we try to define by it. You know, relationships, people change or they pass away. Situations like jobs, education, social status, whatever it is, never stays the same. It's always changing. And things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, our homes, whatever it may be, break down, deteriorate, catch on fire, are stolen, you know, whatever it might be, they are also unstable. So all that instability turns us inward, eventually out of boredom or out of a severe disappointment. And that's when we turn inward and upward and we find this that is so stable. It's eternal love. It never, ever ends. And it's unconditional. Nothing we can do to earn any of it, and nothing we can do to lose it either. Very strong foundation. That becomes the center of defining your worth. Then peace comes, and you have the stability that comes in your world as well. And you have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, all knights are on a quest. This knight is on a quest for the Ace of Swords, which is the higher truths, the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. It's a double-edged sword because it not only allows us to glean and learn this knowledge about how we're loved and how everything really, really works, it allows us to see the small t truths, those opinions, those things that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, and we slice it away. We slice them and slice them and slice them, and that's what brings us freedom. So you're definitely on this quest for higher truth as well. Yeah, and you find it evidently. So you have the Palace of Swords. Palaces are specific to this deck, but it is creating this place where you see this huge Ace of Swords as the foundation of your palace, your foundation of a place where you can trust your truths and that they're not these fickle, unstable, constantly changing and untrue small t truths rooted in fear. You create this beautiful palace based on the capital T truths of the unconditional love of the higher realms. So I love this. What a beautiful adventure you have. A time during the solstice of resting and relaxation, putting things in freeze mode and holding on to things. But on the outside, things aren't moving, but on the inside, oh my gosh, your human ego is being so comforted and embracing this unconditional love to where you're feeling whole and complete like you haven't ever felt before. You're Your hunger, the insatiable hunger that you're getting goes away. The unquenchable thirst is quenched, and you have this love that you've been looking for that you have never been able to find in the outside. So I love this adventure for you. All right, Scorpios, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out pick a card readings, monthly and weekly energy updates and readings by each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking that subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there is an option for all. If you select that, two things happen. One, you're notified immediately when new videos come out, but you also are notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. Also, doing those things helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in such significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy. It wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I am very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. Right, Scorpio, as you go through this entire solstice period, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking with you soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.